Hey everybody, my name's Jeff E. Reed,
And I'm Keddy, the Kedman Blumenthal.
and you're watching Unity Game.
So this is episode 3. This is about a song that we wrote called Lost in California.
Every year I go to California on vacation, and when I was down there this year, we got lost out in the desert, and something happened out there, and it kind of inspired me to write a song. And I shot a little video that tells a story about the song, and this is my story. For the last few years, I've been going down to southeastern California to vacation. I usually go down in, January, February, March, somewhere around there, to escape the cold winter weather up here in Oregon. Down there in southeastern California, there's a little resort called the Glamis North Hot Springs Resort, and the weather down there is fantastic. There's ATV trails out in the desert out there, and we take our ATVs and we go on these little adventures, and we go out and we drive for miles and miles and miles, and there's thousands and thousands of trails, and it's just a gigantic area down there. And some of you might be familiar with the Glamis sand dunes. That's part of that whole area down there. So anyways, one day we were out there riding, and we weren't really lost as far as being lost goes. I mean in California down there, you can't drive in one direction any length of time without eventually running into a freeway somewhere. So, we were okay, but we did get way out there, and we started running out of fuel, and we started, getting nervous. And it's kind of interesting what happens to people when they get into that situation. What began as an exciting adventure kind of got a little tense, and people started getting a little tense. And I was with my dad and my little brother, and we were out there, and like I said, we weren't in dire straits or anything like that. We were just out there, and we were running low on fuel, and we started thinking about it. We started talking about it, and I thought it was very interesting how we changed. It wasn't like our personalities changed, but we went into a different mode of who we are. And I thought that was very interesting, so I wanted to write a song about it. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to call the song. Before, when I wrote the song down, I put at the top of the page, Lost in California, but that's just a working title. I got home from my vacation. I went in the studio, grabbed my guitar, recorded some chords. I sat down and wrote a verse and a chorus, showed it to Keddy. Then we went to Keddy's house on a Thursday night, and we started bouncing ideas off each other. We completely rewrote the verse, completely rewrote the chorus. I believe that the original idea of the song is still in there, but it really took a much deeper meaning. And I hope you guys enjoy it. By the time you watch this video, the song will have an actual title, and we'll be able to tell you what that is. But anyways, back to me and Keddy on the couch.
So that's a really cool way to be inspired to write a song.
Yeah, the original song that I'd written down kind of didn't tell the story exactly like I wanted it to. So, I brought it back here. We kind of worked on it together, started bouncing ideas off each other. When we finally got done making all the lyrics, the meaning of the song is way deeper than even that original story. So that that's awesome how that happened.
Yeah. So you say there was something that happened that inspired the song when you were lost out there.
Right.
So what was that?
It was the way that when you get in a crisis mode, you change. You don't really know someone until you've gone through a crisis with them.
It's true.
And so I think it's vague enough that people can add it to their own story. And
Kind of insert any situation that you've gone through into it, and you can kind of relate to it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So there's a word in the song, Jeff, that you know what I'm going to say. There's a word in the song that I wasn't quite sure if it was the right word. And the word is caption. The line says what?
Caption the day.
And I asked you, is there a chance that it means capture the day? And you said no.
No.
It's caption the day. So caption the day on the road to tomorrow.
Right.
So to you, what does that say?
Well, you've seen pictures on Facebook that have a caption
Right.
at the bottom. And I guess what I'm saying is take each day and just find a one word or a one sentence line that would define everything that happened in that day.
So it's kind of like taking a mental snapshot
Exactly.
as you move forward to
Yep.
tomorrow. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. So we're going to cut away to the studio now and show you the inner workings of the song in a segment that we like to call Why It's Cool.
I like it.
Is that nice?
Yeah.
That's good.
I just wanted to go through some of the guitars I played on this track. The main riff is played on a Dan Electro 12-string guitar. Most of the heavy guitar and the guitar solos is played on my Ibanez Artcore semi-hollow body. All the light twinkly stuff on top is played with my Fender Telecaster, that's a standard. And of course the bass is covered by the Fender Jazz Bass in Seafoam Green, thank you. I built all my tones on the Vox Tone Lab and the Behringer V-Amp 2, which are both amp and cabinet simulators. I played all of the keyboard on my Ensoniq keyboard, that was the organ, the strings, the pianos, and some of the background vocals. Hey everybody, this is Why It's Cool. Let's get into it. As the song starts, you're going to hear a muscle car racing off into the sunset.
That really sounds like my Mustang.
All right, the first thing you're going to hear in this song is my 12-string electric. It's a Dan Electro. Beautiful sound.
Great sound.
A little keyboard here, a little synthesizer noise just droning in the background.
And that drums through just the verses?
Yep, just the verses. And of course my bass.
Nice.
Great bass tone. Let's keep this going. I'll keep soloing things until I find something else is playing.
Oh, there's your background vocals. Now, somewhere along the way, you used keyboard background vocals too, didn't you?
I did, and I'll solo those in a minute.
Where do you go when there's no one to follow?
I like that running bass with it.
Day on the road to tomorrow. Faithless, you feel all
There it
the
is.
doubt
That's it really thickens it up.
Yeah,
down come the
that actually sounds pretty good with just the bass, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like that.
Sounds like a lot of vocals. there a stereo chorus in there somewhere?
In the vocals?
Yeah.
No.
It's probably just the keyboard vocal I'm hearing interacting with the vocals. That's really cool. Nicely done, Jeff.
All right. So some of this stuff. This is my Ibanez Hardcore semi-hollow body.
And what are you running through?
Playing through my my Behringer V-Amp 2.
Okay.
And that's playing along with my bass. During the guitar, this is the guitar solo actually, so during the guitar solo, all the keyboards go away and it's just bass, drums, and guitar.
Okay.
But this is the bass
Oh, there's
line.
that bass thing. Yeah, that's really cool how you do those chords.
Yeah, a little bass chord.
Very neat.
I'll rewind this a little bit and show everyone everything on at once. So the solo is also being played on the Ibanez.
Okay.
What were you
But
gonna
that
say?
main chunk on the guitar is your 12 string?
No, that's the 6-string Ibanez.
Or is your 12 string not playing? Oh, it's not playing right now.
No, went away.
Okay.
It comes back in right at the end of the solo. Very nicely. It comes back in.
I love that bass chord.
And so right here at the end of the solo, you're going to hear everything drops out, and this note kind of swells in, and it's actually playing backwards.
Can you solo that so we can hear
Forward,
that by
yeah.
itself?
Yeah, I can. I'll blow it up here so you can see where I
Right there.
cut it up.
And that's backwards.
That's forward.
Oh,
Just that little section at the very beginning right here that's cut out has been flipped.
that section.
Right there.
Now
Now,
it's
it's forward.
forward.
Yep.
That's really neat. You know what I like about that? When you can hear your frets.
Yeah. I like that too. And this is my 12 string. It goes back in right there for this second verse.
That is just such a good sounding guitar.
I'll just talk about these. The vocal right here, I called it TCH because it's my
Taking care of harmony.
no, it's my TC Helicon
TC Helicon.
harmonizer.
Harmonizer, that's right.
And I just sang through that, and I ran the music of the song through it, and it sings along with the music.
Now, is this the dynamic mic or is this the large diaphragm?
I used a dynamic mic because it doesn't have phantom power. Anyway, let's talk about these drums.
These drums are cool. The way I did them is it was mostly just snare drum at the beginning. And if you listen, there's not much bass. And it just let it kind of build and eventually crashes and pretty soon open the hat up in a certain part and just let it kind of layer those different sounds coming in, those elements. And again, like we talked about in one of the other songs, was that like when we did Inconvenient Sacrifice, it was just straightforward and there wasn't a lot of drum activity, which I'm not really known for.
Right.
So this was another song that it just didn't require a massive amount of drum stuff.
Right.
Very simple layering, and then of course, those tom fills that I did later. And that's about as exciting as it gets. It sounds great, but I didn't go crazy with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, what you played was perfect.
Thanks.
They fit in there just perfectly.
Cool.
Just exactly what it needed.
So you have a cool ending here, and it was inspired by a video game.
Yes. Yeah. When at the end of the song here, you're gonna hear a car start up and speed away, and when you play Grand Theft Auto, whenever you steal a car, you turn the car on and the radio comes on.
We don't condone stealing cars. Just saying that.
The radio comes on, and I love that. And of course, Quentin Tarantino had the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that just came out, and that movie's like that too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
every time they got in a car and started it up, the radio came on. It's something interesting was on the radio.
Yeah.
And so both of those things kind of inspired me to do the radio spot at the end of the song.
Right.
Because the car starts up, speeds away, and then I wanted a radio spot. So I sent that over to you, and you nailed it.
Yeah. So yeah, you sent me a recording of a radio spot, and it wasn't just any radio spot. It was a traffic report from a helicopter. And so I took it and cut it up and added our own talking points and took some of their stuff out and made it our own thing, and turned it into this really neat thing that was relevant for our times now.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it soloed so everyone can see what I'm talking about
All right.
and get an idea of what we're talking about here when we play it.
Good evening, it's 6:30 and looking out at the 405 north and southbound. How about
Love
this? Only about 10% of the usual traffic. Imagine this, no gridlock compared to this on any other day. And all of this because of the coronavirus. People are just staying home and not going out. Over on the 10, this is usually when we start
I'll play it
seeing
again for you
headlights
with
and
everything
taillights.
on.
What's
Okay.
different about this?
It's just subtly in there.
How about this? Only about 10% of the usual traffic. No gridlock compared to this on any other day.
Yeah.
This because of the coronavirus.
Perfect. And then the whole song just fades out. Anyways, that is why it's cool. Back to Jeff and Keddy on the couch. You know, when we started this this project, we talked about not holding back. I remember when we used to play in a band together, there's a lot of things we wouldn't add in the studio because we couldn't reproduce those things
Live.
on stage. And so, and we talked about at the beginning of this, that no holds barred.
It doesn't matter anymore
Yeah.
because we're not playing them live.
So, you know, whatever we can add. But our songs are getting so gigantic. There's so many tracks and so many sounds that you got to deal with. And it's a challenge.
We never really used the studio as an instrument.
Right.
And now we're able to play with stuff like that and be a lot more creative. I think it makes the sound of the song more interesting.
So if you're watching this video right now, that means the song Lost in California is completely done. It's mixed and released and available on all the streaming and download services. I just want to thank everyone for watching the show. And if you dig the show, I just want to invite you to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. And you'll be notified every time we upload a new show, and that'll be great.
So it's important that you guys leave a comment. We have swag that we're going to send out, and we're just going to pick some, you know, whoever leaves comments, we're going to randomly pick someone and send out some swag. So we love doing this. We're having a blast. We're glad you're here with us. So we will see you again next time. And
Don't forget to push record.
thanks. See you later.
Let's go get lost somewhere in California. Let's find a place to hide.
Hey everybody, my name's Jeffy Reed,
And I'm Keddy, the Kedman Blumenthal.
and you're watching Unity Gain.
Perfect. That was
I
good.
liked it.
But we are gonna send swag out to people that comment. We're gonna pick it randomly. We're not gonna tell you what the swag is, but it's pretty cool swag. We think you'll like it, but at this point it's kind of a secret. So be sure to leave a comment.